Wow. Dawson did the air guitar to my BDDDDDs.
It worked.
It was
I
pretty
just needed
sweet.
to air that.
Hey, welcome to Watercooler. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with us today. We are back. Sorry we're late this week. It was hard to get studio time.
It was.
We're trying to get some studio time. It was hard to get studio time, but we got it, and better late than never. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know how the show goes. I, Chris Loxamana, kick it with my Cruel Digital Bud and Matt and Gary and Kaylin. With me today in studio is Mike Dawson.
Alrighty, Aphrodite.
I like a good rhyme hello. So thank you for doing that. Let's see if the other guys can do it as well. And next we in from Orange County, California, Gary Smith.
Hi, big guy.
That counts. That counts. And all the way in Long Beach, California, it's Kaylin Bean.
What's going on? Mon?
All right.
I don't know, Mon. Yeah, I said Long Beach, but I meant Jamaica. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
okay.
I was thinking that whole time and it had nothing until the second I said it.
And all the way in Austin, TX, it's Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother from a different mother.
Yes. All right. Well, good to see you guys. I know it's been a while because we're going a little later this week. So I've been having my withdrawals. I've been having the shakes, and now
DTs?
I'm back. Yeah.
Detoxing a bit.
Oh yeah, that's what DT stands for. I said but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got a lot to get into. Do you have a shay, Matt?
Oh, I got shays for days.
He really
baby.
does. Like Matt, before the show started, he's like, "Hey, Chris, I'm gonna need to share my screen."
Oh, sharing is not to do with Shay. That's just more glorious content that I want to share with you guys.
Oh.
I got seggies on seggies, baby.
Jeez, dude,
It's been a long week, man.
Yeah,
Just
Matt's
pent up
just-
with material.
That's just been building seggies. And Kaylin, do you have a quarter update for us?
I do have a quarter
You have a
update.
quarter update? Are you flicking stuff?
You know I am.
I know. There's a certain documentary that I'm sure we're going to hear about.
Oh, you're definitely going to hear about it.
Really?
But I got another flicking for the next show if we need that too.
Look
Good.
at
I'm
that.
looking for a new documentary and do another flicking too because I'm out of things to watch currently.
All right. Well, I'll have one for the Patreon show as well.
I got suggestions for you too, Doss.
Sweet.
Yeah. So look, we got a lot of content. Just because we were gone for a couple of extra days doesn't mean that we were just slacking around.
The WWC.
There's stuff to talk about. And all right. So before we get to our seggies though, but right when I saw Gary, the way he greeted me was, "Hey, where's that baby?"
Yeah.
Which is kind of how it goes. Now I don't blame him. The baby, my baby is due May 14th. So that's
Pretty good
10
day.
days. It's
It's a solid day.
that's a solid day. That's Mother's Day. So it feels like any
Don't get
day.
excited. I hate to break it to you because that day is going to shift a little bit. So you don't want to be going around saying your kid's birthday's on Mother's Day because that's not going to make sense on certain years.
That is true. So I won't
But
I
being
won't be saying
born
that.
on a Mother's Day.
Pretty cool.
That's strong.
Pretty epic.
Strong.
That's pretty poetic.
Yeah, it's a good
Although,
entrance into the world.
I bet if I had to put money on it, he will come sooner.
Your son is going to have that excuse. Could have that excuse to Jen for the rest of his life. Mom, I gave you the best present ever on a Mother's Day.
That's what I'm kind of hoping for. Here,
Yeah.
okay, I got a couple of conundrums here. First off,
I say he figures that out at 10 years
this
old.
baby being born on or before Mother's Day means I have to get Jen a gift. Right? Gary talks?
You got her a gift.
You got to get her a
It's
gift
called
when she's
baby.
pregnant anyway. That's
But
true.
see-
You did.
But I am thinking the way Matt
You gave
thinks
her
like
that gift.
you
really
got the
gave her
greatest
that
gift of all, the gift of
yeah.
motherhood.
Make sure to remind her of that, like right while she's in the middle of labor too. Like, here you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
There's your gift.
This is
Congratulations.
from me.
Because look, the timing's getting tight. I don't have time to go to a store and go perusing and
Look, you can't get her diamonds.
not
You
gonna-
already gave her the pearls.
hot damn. Yeah.
Let's just wrap the first show. I don't know if it's even going to get better.
I know.
Let's just move on to the Patreon.
So yeah, I don't. It's hard to find a gift right now, and that get something engraved, get something customized. I mean, there's not a lot of time, and I'm on baby watch. It could happen any second. So
You're not prepared for this already.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared to.
You should have had this gift a month ago, bro.
Is that true?
You're way late on this.
Gary
Way late on
is.
this. If your wife
Thursday
is pregnant
before spring's
on
up.
Mother's Day, she's a mother
Yeah,
already.
you're right.
Yeah.
And that's why I
Late
already
in the
got
game.
her one.
There you go. Exactly.
All right, here's
Hear
a
that,
thought.
Jen?
Here's a thought. Get just a bow. Have a bow ready. And then when the day comes and she's screaming in labor and says, just get me a fucking whatever that thing is, you go out and get it. And then you put that bow on it. And then you come back and be like, surprise.
Ah,
And
Here's
she'll
where
be
I
like,
thought-
thank you. I wanted that.
Here's where I thought you were going, Matt. What you want to get is one of those bows like for at Christmas time that's sticky on the back, and then you just plop it right on her tummy, like right when just there you go. Look who's coming.
see, that's why I
There's
need
lots
you
of ways
guys.
around
I
this.
need.
There's
There's
lots of
plenty.
ways. Welcome.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a life hack.
So because this baby is going to be born, we're at that point where any day now, from now till the 14th or even beyond,
What's
won't
that
surprise
old song? Any
won't
day
surprise
now.
us. Any day now, won't surprise us, right? Like
Yeah.
so, I'm just
labor.
it's yeah, it's a
Got that,
Kid.
yeah,
the
it's,
go bag ready.
that's the next thing. So
You got any jerky in that go
this
bag?
morning I packed the go bag.
Pack beef jerky in it?
Well, I packed my go bag. Her go bag's been packed.
Okay.
Yeah,
You gotta
so
get yourself some beef jerky.
I looked.
in
I
there.
looked up what to put. I have that audio book that kind of described what I need in the go bag.
Right.
Clothes,
Things.
toiletries,
Right.
snacks is a big thing. Got to bring some snackies.
Right. Important. It is important.
Yeah, the cables for the iPad, so
Ooh.
I could watch some movies.
Yeah.
Right.
Lord knows you're not going to want to
Chargers for
spend time
sure,
with
yeah.
Jen.
Chargers, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
the chargers. Those are big. So yeah, is there anything else that I need to be putting into this bag to
Masking tape
why
and WD-40. Because if it
To
moves
repair?
and it's not supposed to, you put masking duct tape on it. I'm sorry, not masking tape, duct tape.
if
And
what
then
moves?
if it doesn't move and it's supposed
Anything.
to, you
Anything
can put
in there.
WD-40 on it. That's a
Oh,
universal
okay.
rule. So duct tape and WD-40, and
All
you
right.
are cool.
See
Beef
that
jerky.
duct tape really got a bad rap because if anybody tells me to pack duct tape, I think of a murder weapon, but I think you need the shovel with that, right, Matt? Matt's the expert. He kind of does a lot of stories.
Yeah,
about
I mean, the tape itself is probably not going to be the weapon. You know, it could be.
You'd be surprised what I could do.
You know, I've read some things.
Well, the
but-
good thing about a
John
shovel
Wick
is
over
you
here.
can use it as a weapon and as a tool to dispose of the body. So you get a multi-use
this. Yeah.
out of.
Look, I love a good tangent just like anybody else,
You know?
but I think we are going down a path that was from a foundation of a much more wholesome subject. So, but I do want to talk murder weapons in a little bit now, so I'm writing that down. All right. Well, anyway, so go bags packed.
An
and-
axe is pretty good too to have.
Yeah, let's just go into it. All right, murder weapons. Here we go. Look, we've done the Hunger Dome. We've given each of the contestants a murder weapon or a tool of some sort. If you haven't gone and listened to the Hunger Dome, I suggest you go back and listen to it. It still holds up. And while you're there, check out Lake Arrowhead Live. All right, so I remember we gave a compass to
Yeah, see, there's some bad ones.
Yeah,
but
somebody got a
compass wasn't the
compass.
most egregious.
somebody got probably like a pot or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, rope.
Lid.
But yeah, the shovel is a pretty versatile
shovel's versatile.
tool.
It could be a walking stick,
Shovels are kind of sharp on their sides too.
so it could be like a spife.
Yeah, you
Dude,
can.
when I went axe throwing one time, they actually, in addition to axes, they had shovel heads that you could throw. And those things were fucking sharpened and they stuck to that target just as good as an axe did.
A shovel head sounds like a racist term. I don't like saying it.
Sounds like a fucking steampunk band.
Shovel head.
Shovelhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing acoustic Christmas.
That's right.
Well, I played many a World War II video games in which your melee weapon is a shovel. So yeah.
I don't like those first-person video games as much, Kalen, with the melee moves, because the melee moves, look, I get they're harder to complete, but they're usually like one-hit kills in a lot of games these days. Is that true?
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. I guess it depends on the game. Not always. There's a lot of multiplayer games where if you get close enough to melee them, then they'll
It's a-
generally just say that's a one-hit kill.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
a
no
one-hit
idea
kill.
what melee is.
Melee is not using a projectile, but using like something that you can reach. And,
So like a
attack.
fist.
Yeah,
Or a
Hitting
knife.
somebody with
or
something.
a shovel.
Yeah.
yeah,
Got
Or
it.
stabbing, I suppose.
Got
right.
it.
Because that was my move. I would always be the guy that flanks and just melees everybody because it's silent.
Could you choose a corkscrew And why did nobody get a corkscrew in the Hunger Dome?
Well, it's that maybe we start another Hunger Dome with brand new weapons, brand new characters.
Careful. Careful what you're teasing, pal.
Brand
I
new
put
year.
many segments together. It's a lot of work.
It was that was kind of a lot of work.
I don't know if I can really show. I am wearing our Hunger Dome shirt, and
Oh,
I wear
boy.
it so often that it is quite faded.
It is meant to be.
I think we need an updated Hunger Dome so I can get a new shirt.
All right, let's do it. I'm down. It's time. It's been too long.
It has been.
Is that what the people want?
Some parameters, though.
It was
Is
pretty.
that what the people want? I don't even know if you should ask.
Was it? Well, it was pretty divisive in some ways.
Yeah.
But then it did turn people on to listen to the show too. So we'll think about it.
Did John Wick, was he in the last Hunger Dome?
I don't think so.
Oh, there's
think he was.
there's plenty
He
of
wants
people
to be
that
in this year. He does. I heard from his people.
yeah.
That wasn't before John Wick, was it?
I don't know.
No.
And-
No. He seems like such a natural fit. I'm wondering how he didn't get in if it wasn't because it was.
I thought he
I
had
think
to
because we
be,
already had James Bond.
but maybe that's why he's so mad.
And we had Russell Crowe as Gladiator. There's a long list. This is really difficult to get. And you may recall, we even did a second Hunger Dome, Villains Edition, and the T-Rex is still loose to this day. Kalen, thanks to you.
Yeah, what can I say? It's out there.
All right. Well,
Someone find it.
Kalen, you're terrible at your PR. You lost Insomniac. I don't even know where he went. There's a lot of characters that we've not seen in years.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, he's talking a lot about shovels and murder weapons. It has been a
Yeah,
while since
you are
we've
a little
heard from any of
well-versed
these
in
other
this.
people.
Do you think Kalen could put down a T-Rex
I mean,
with a
if
shovel?
anyone can, it's Kalen.
Yeah. Well, I
With a
guess we'll have to
shovel.
find out. Maybe we put Kalen in the Hunger Dome. See how he
Dylan
fares.
was in the last one.
Yeah. All right. Let's do our. You guys need some comments?
Sure.
Do some comments.
Let's hear from the people.
All right. And once again, these are all comments found within our page. I mean, our Facebook page. Excuse me, our Facebook group, and it's free and easy to join. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/groups/BoboBoyArmy Worldwide LLC. Answer a few questions, and we might let you in. It's my favorite place on the internet. Really great community. All right. This first comment. This is from Ryan Scripps.
Hey, Ryan.
He says, Armageddon came out 25 years ago. I've seen it about 12,000 times. And I'm still absolutely compelled to watch it every time it comes on HBO. Well, Ryan, that's because it's a fantastic film. And yeah, I think we all would watch it another 12,000 times as well.
I mean, absolutely. And I would never close my eyes. I just don't want to miss a thing.
There he is.
I've never seen it.
Oh, my God.
Well,
Hey, next
movie night is going to be long.
Awesome. Remember earlier when you said you needed a good documentary?
Perfect.
Why have you
Speaking
never
of
seen
movie
it? I
night.
feel like you should have
Just never
seen
got
it.
around to it.
Deep Impact? You've probably seen Deep Impact then. You seem like a Deep
seems like
Impact
a
guy.
Deep
I've
Impact
seen
guy, yeah.
Deep Impact, but
Elijah Wood, Lily Sobieski. It's Lily, right? That was Lily, right?
I
Absolutely.
think so.
Yeah, that was Lily.
I don't think I've ever. I think the only movie I've seen Elijah Wood in is the
Flipper.
Flipper.
Yeah.
Or was it Herbie the Love Bug?
North. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also Richard Schiff.
Oh yeah, Richard Schiff's in it. See, Deep Impact, more scientifically accurate.
Then The Hobbit.
Dude, I saw a tidal wave. It looked real to me. It seemed like
I thought it
science.
was more scientifically accurate than Armageddon. No.
I mean, once you get that far down the yardstick, I'm not sure.
Are we saying that Deep Impact is really smart, or are we doubting the science of Armageddon,
Yeah.
sir?
And Kaylin, you've seen both of these movies?
I have seen Armageddon. I have not seen Deep.
Oh, my
my
God!
God.
I feel like I don't want to spoil it for you. Then
Movie night
Jeez
double
Louise.
feature. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's just split screen them. Does anybody split screen them?
Simultaneous.
Because they
Give us
came
more to
out
talk
around the
about.
same time, so it was kind of weird how those two movies came out.
Like what was the Dante's Peak
Volcano and Dante's Peak, same thing.
companion? Yeah.
Which I recently watched Volcano. Ooh,
Well, Dante's Peak, I would submit is the better of the two.
it
More
is.
scientifically
I think you're
accurate.
right.
It,
think
yes,
you're right.
both on both occasions, but somebody melts like right in front of you in Volcano in the lava.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was kind of a mildly traumatizing
You know the
scene to a
scene.
young Matt Fondelier.
He's freaking walking. It's, by the way, the guy from the Drew Carey show, and
Is it Ryan Stiles? What, really?
No, it's the other tall guy.
Oh, okay.
And he's carrying a guy, and this is the character that didn't believe in any of the stuff and wanted to keep the project going. A lot of people died because of his decision making, and he goes in there to save the people on the subway, and he's carrying, and he's just saying his Hail Marys as he's walking, his soles of his shoes just melting into the steel grates below.
Pray for
as
us
he's
sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
And just taking step by step, his foot just stuck. And then melts right in front of you. Traumatizing. That was one of those scenes that just stuck with me my whole life.
Lava would
That
light him
movie
on
takes
fire,
place
though.
in LA, right?
How does
Yeah.
It
melt
does, which made it all the more real.
Okay. So
It-
lit on
except
He
for
fire.
didn't really
Great
melt,
art.
but what is
Except
it?
for the fact that someone was on the subway.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
that part was.
But
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, for years afterwards, I just, it's not that I felt like that would happen to me, that it would happen, but then I thought, what if it did though? Like, if you step into lava, like, is it really like fucking Terminator 2 where you're just melting down till the thumbs up goes in? Like, that seems crazy to me.
and if you're doing a thumbs up as you're melting, then maybe it's time.
Hold on a second. If I'm going to die by melting, I'm fucking absolutely doing an homage
Yeah.
to Arnold Schwarzenegger and putting the thumb up.
Kaylin,
If
what
you're gonna melt,
what hand
I
sign
have
are you throwing up?
There you go, right there.
The devil horns, the rock on.
Yeah, that's
He knows
right.
where he's going,
Rock on,
baby.
I feel like you would be going down a lot quicker than than he did in T2. I don't think you'd really have time to be.
Dude, I would
know,
just
look
dive into it head first.
You
and just
take
kill
the header.
myself.
Yeah, you don't wanna
Just
feel it.
end it. Yes, because I don't want to do that.
That's what my
fucking from
friend-
the legs up.
My
Fuck
friend
that.
told me, he gave me that hypothetical of like, dude, if I was on the Titanic and that thing was sinking and I knew I was gonna make it, I just straight up just dive off and take a header until I get the bottom part of the ship and just.
Now,
Break
see,
your neck,
that's
yeah.
an interesting one because it's like you're probably not necessarily going to die right away if you just jump off the Titanic. Whereas the people in like, a tall building and that they know is going to like fall over or something, like you could jump out of that and you know pretty certainly that you're going to die. But if you jump off the Titanic, then you're just cold and dying.
Yeah, so you'd want to break your neck on.
Yeah, you want to hit
impact
like a
with the water.
propeller or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd probably just do a fucking belly flop and just be like, and then that would be my last moments.
That would actually warm you up. Yeah, in that icy cold water. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know what lava would
Where's
actually
that
do.
baby?
But yeah, that scene from Volcano, Matt, definitely. And there's one scene in Dante's Peak that traumatized me too, and I think
Which
about.
one?
Well,
You-
Chris
you
is
really
usually
don't know?
traumatized by movie death scenes.
No,
I do.
this
I
one.
just wanted you to describe it.
This one. Oh, he freaking gets a compound fracture in his arm.
Yeah, it had to be hand trauma.
Arm trauma. That probably what started the whole freaking thing. By the way, you guys see Evil Dead Rise yet?
No.
Oh, yeah,
Waiting for
dude.
streaming.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
okay.
Like a real horror movie fan. I'll wait to see it for free.
All right, I read it already, so I can't wait to discuss. Because I had to know.
Discuss the disgust.
That's exactly right.
It
Yes.
might be playing next to my house. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Ryan continues his comment. He goes, "Oh, for F's sake!" As a corollary to my post from yesterday, I just found on my DVR that I apparently recorded the director's cut of Armageddon 3 days ago. So guess what I'm doing in a few hours when I get home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So director's cuts are hit or miss, but
For sure.
I think for Armageddon, you'd be okay.
Yeah, the more the merrier.
Jacob Morales writes, "So Matt, what are your thoughts on burritos?"
What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
burritos?
That's a good
Tell
question.
me all of your thoughts on burritos.
Here's what I'll say. I really miss them because in Austin, it's just not a burrito town. It's a taco town. And we've talked about this before. They make essentially burrito-sized tacos, but the few times that I've attempted to order a burrito, it's just not good. They don't know how to do them right. The ingredients are all off. They put, too much of one thing, not enough of the other. It just has to be assembled correctly. And frankly, it's a bit of a shame, but I'm learning to live with it.
Yeah. Matt misses burritos except for whenever he secretly comes to California and eats them.
Yeah, but thoughts on burritos as a burrito. I didn't want his thoughts on burrito loneliness.
Oh, he
I want
Dawson
thoughts
want your
on
thoughts on
burritos.
burritos that
You
you've
want
had,
my
not the ones.
existential.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't
come on,
want. He
dude.
doesn't want your thoughts on.
Still have a relationship with the burrito.
right,
Yeah,
well,
you're
I'll
such a
hear
pessimist.
about
This burrito's half full, man.
Right.
Come on.
I
what do you-
didn't want to give the same answer that I gave on the Facebook page because I actually responded directly to
Oh,
that
you did.
comment.
I
did.
I can find it. Then I'll read it because Matt responded. It's really buried there. No, I don't see a response. Oh, there it is.
What does it say? Fuck you, guy.
He says they're pretty all right.
They're pretty all right.
They're pretty all right.
That's your thoughts. That's your every thoughts on
There you go.
burritos.
Okay, Stephen Vanio says, I listened to a different podcast, The Brian and Gina Show. Ah, that's the show Gary produces.
I'm not familiar.
I've heard of it. I've heard something about it.
Yeah. By the way, Teabags is the initials.
Pretty good.
All
I
right.
like that you screen these comments.
Teabags.
It's one of my favorite things.
I like that.
Well, this question came up on their show, so we're gonna go and hijack one of their subjects here.
Hi, Jack.
What is the biggest natural disaster you guys have ever gone through?
North.
Wow.
Northridge?
Good call there, buddy. I was definitely grasping for an answer, but that's correct. The Northridge quake of 1994 in January.
It was probably
I
less
technically
dramatic for
went
me.
through that.
It was probably less dramatic for me than anyone else who went through that because I presume we all, with the exception of with the exception of Dawson, went through that.
No,
But,
Caitlin wasn't born yet.
Again, technically, I did go through it because I
You
was
were in the tummy.
I was 2 years old, so
Oh, you too.
yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't really remember it.
Oh my gosh.
I don't
You
know
were in
why.
Long Beach, right?
Yeah,
Why
I don't know.
it
It
didn't
just
make it down to Long Beach? Did it?
or maybe I was just more infatuated with Power Rangers or something. Like I really don't have very good memory of it, like personal memories.
Okay, it's bad luck to be superstitious, but let's not talk about earthquakes.
Are you worried about the
They
big one?
happen. No, it's gonna happen. No, as
Everyone-
far as natural
it's
disaster
always
goes,
gonna happen,
It's
but-
gonna suck when that day comes, and that day is coming. We're due.
Well, like the real big
due.
one, that's up north, right? That's more along the northern California.
Yeah, and here's the
Like
thing:
that one,
big ones. When a big one happens, it does take pressure off the other faults
Yeah,
a little
totally.
bit.
Now, Dawson, here's one
So
thing.
it's better if it
really
doesn't
nobody's
happen
fault.
anywhere near us. But San Andreas
agree
fall
with
through
you.
Los Angeles is overdue.
Yeah, we've seen the Rocks movie. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Like it just I'd say for the last 2 decades, they're like, oh, big one's coming. Big one's coming. I'm not screaming at the heavens, challenging anybody to to do anything like any sort of existential spirit to do anything about it. But I don't know.
Well, it doesn't
I don't think
surprise
about it
me
as
that
much.
all of our biggest natural disasters were earthquakes, being Californians, because mine was Loma Prieta.
Do you not remember El Nino, bro?
I got
rainy-
washed
some
down.
Some rainy days.
I got washed down Rincon on the last El Nino,
Yeah.
but that wasn't a natural disaster. That was a weather phenomenon.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What about the aforementioned Dante's Peak? Do you guys worry about the big one coming from the sea?
Dude, Yellowstone could fucking
I am
actually
now.
explode at any moment.
You shouldn't be.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a scary world out there. Gotta stay safe.
There is there's a sign on one of the streets that leads to my parents' house that indicates that street is a tidal wave avoidance route. And it's like, okay, cool. If the tidal wave is headed towards us, I know what road to drive down. Like, what are you talking about? Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'll get real with you guys. Another existential thing, Dawson. Bear with me, but I have recurring dreams where I'm on a
Make
beach
this one about
and
chimichangas.
The waves are getting bigger and bigger, and it's fucking terrifying. Happens a lot.
Dude, I had some pretty vivid nightmares recently too. So you consider that a nightmare, right? Not a dream.
Yeah, if you feel terror,
A nightmare is a dream.
Yeah, it is,
Right,
but
you're right, Tyler.
but I don't know if Matt was terrified or not. Just like big waves. I mean, yeah, if he was Kelly Slater, that's probably a pretty sweet dream. But if it's
Yeah,
so I don't really know where Matt stands there.
That's right, man. There are more airplanes in the ocean than there are submarines in the sky.
well said.
It is true.
Norm Walker says we had a neighbor that put a cheap alarm on his recycle bin because he was mad that people were putting poop in there. So there you go. There are ways around it.
Have there been any further?
Well, no, I don't.
Special deliveries?
I now make sure that those trash cans go in the back.
Have you seen that
fence has
guy
been
like
fixed.
come to the sidewalk in front of your house and stop and scowl and then keep walking?
No, I have not, but I do look forward to the day when he walks by again and I could just make eye contact with him and his poop bag that's full. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with that now, bud?
Hey, bud.
Hey, bud. Ryan Roberts, he wants to talk some jingles because remember last time we were talking earworm jingles, and he says the ones that have been rolling around in my head for my entire life are the Toys R Us jingle in the late 80s and early 90s, the Juicy Fruit jingle, and the talking...
Juicy fruit is gonna move ya. It's got a taste, gets right through ya. Juicy fruit, the taste is gonna move ya.
Wow.
12 seconds.
I am sure there are a couple more, but I can't think of any of them. How about you guys? And everybody shared their favorite jingles. So there you go. So if you want to go check those out, please go to the comments there. 1-800-COLLECT. There's Hooray for Hollywood, The Shane Company, My Buddy. So I feel like jingles weren't really a thing for Kalen. I don't think he saw a lot of jingles in his day.
I did because I'm trying to rack my brain for jingles and nothing's coming up. So
You're just going to sing Jingle Bells, aren't you?
So there's one that I get on KABC. Heating and AC and good deeds for free. This company advertises they do good deeds for free.
See, I like the ones that are just the one word, like Nabisco ding. That's all I need in my life. That's all I need.
Yeah. It's just simple, and it's to the point. You don't need to memorize any other lyrics but the brand name.
That's right.
Yeah. Lee Philip Berg says, what's the worst thing to witness in public? And it has to be things that people might think are okay, but obviously not. Some examples are, number one is using the speaker option on the phone.
That's the most egregious.
Okay, so not like witnessing a murder, but like funny things.
Yeah. Toenail clipping, spitting.
Ugh.
Those are the top three.
People voted for spitting. I spit outside all the time, dude.
Yeah, we know.
I fucking farmer blow in public.
What is a farmer blow?
Where you hold one side of your nose and blow your nose. I don't give a shit.
I mean,
speaking of that, I've definitely seen somebody shitting in public, and that is horrible. But again, I don't think people generally think that that's okay to do. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure I saw a homeless guy jerking off in public.
Yeah, that's
So,
unacceptable.
that one was pretty
Unacceptable.
If
you're pretty sure, I'm gonna
pretty
go ahead
sure.
and chalk that up to
Yeah.
you did.
You had a big itch.
I've
Either
never come
that
close
or
to
he was
being pretty
having
sure
an
that happened.
existential experience with a burrito.
Wait.
I think of the ones that were mentioned, talking on the speakerphone in public, like walking through the supermarket, is by far the most egregious. Especially in a setting like that, where it's like there is no possible reason why you were doing this. Like, I get maybe I can try to justify in my mind, like if you're walking through a city, like a downtown, you want to make sure your eyes are up and like you're paying attention, then maybe you could justify it. But like if you're just like sitting in the airport, for instance, with your phone on speaker while there's a bunch of people around, that's just not okay.
I like to go up and talk to him and say hi. Because we're all part of the conversation anyway. Hey, man, just want to let you know, we all hope you're doing good, dude.
Yeah, just jump in there.
And then the person on the other line is like, what's going on? Am I on speaker? And then the person has to go, yeah, you're on. And then that person will take it
there's
off
some
speaker
shame, yeah.
immediately. It works
Ooh.
every time.
Well, also, wasn't there like a thing if you hold your phone up to your head, you might get like a brain tumor or something?
Might get a boner.
That could be it too.
Boner.
And yeah, Dawson gets a lot of those. But but wasn't that a thing? Do you remember that, Gary?
Electromagnetic.
Yeah, there's like some
waves
force that like, oh yeah, your brain gets effed up if you hold the phone up to your ear. So people would do
that
the
was
speaker.
thing. It was supposed to be that if you rode with your phone in between your like under your crotch when you were driving, that was going to be really bad for your reproductive health.
Yeah, it seemed like using your laptop on your
Never thought
lap.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where you put your phone, Kalen, when you
Sometimes.
drive? In between the legs?
Sometimes.
You don't have a cup holder? I know you have a cup holder.
I do have a cup
I've
holder,
seen
but
them.
my car is very dirty and there's often just shit all over the place. So if the cup holders are taken, which they normally are, just put the phone down.
Are they taken with drinks?
I'd argue that is
For
a
the
couple.
most part. A lot of mugs. I take a lot of mugs to work, and then I just leave them in my car and don't bring them back inside. So there's mugs in the cup holders and there's mugs all over the passenger side floor too.
Just taking mugs. Dan Churchman says, inquiring minds want to know, how do you guys put on your socks and shoes? Was that a thing?
It was. I'm not the only one drinking, right? Galen's got something.
Nah, I got you, buddy. I got you. Cheers.
So
this was insane to me. I saw this comment, and before I saw the options, I just read this and was so confused as to what he was talking about. And then I saw the options.
well,
and
I'll just give you
my
two.
God.
There are really only two options. Dawson added one, but it's his only thing.
What did I add?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you. So the two options I want you guys to pick are how do you put your socks and shoes in what order? Sock, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe. And then Dawson just wrote, I don't like socks. And he made that an option.
All right.
Yeah, to be honest, that's what I would have voted for. So thank you, Dawson.
Well, you have worn socks before, right, Matt?
Yes, and when I
Okay.
have, I've definitely put both of them on before
Yeah.
I put a single shoe on.
Yeah, that's insane to do any other way, I think. And we're all in agreement
Right,
of that,
guys?
right?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely in agreement.
A lot of nodding.
Whether or not the socks match doesn't bother me.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
All right, so Dario Molinari, he was talking about Matt saying that we're going to need dentists or more a dentist tree
Yeah.
as a
Tree.
what was it for jobs that or just people that
I said that we should have dentists. I said that dentistry was a very important thing to be preserved in the event of an apocalypse.
Yes.
And then you guys started making fun of me about needing a dentist tree. And I think that's what that became. But
Yeah.
let's let it be known. I did not personally coin that phrase.
No, that was Gary.
this guy's talking about blacksmiths,
That was a fantastic
woodworkers,
joke.
chemists, doctors. So there, yeah, he just thinks for maybe some other occupations other than dentists,
Plumber,
regardless,
you know what?
regardless of what plant they grow on.
Try doing any of those jobs that guy mentioned while your tooth is on fire, basically.
The civil
Well,
engineer.
try being a dentist if you don't have a blacksmith to make your tools. Boom, roasted.
Got you there.
I'm dead. I've melted into lava.
Yeah. Rob Reed says, regarding the dog poop bag, do you not tie it shut? Am I the only one of the people who don't drop in the can, but I store the tied bags on top of my can until I'm ready to throw a bag in there?
So this is interesting, right? I hadn't considered this before, but what this gentleman does is he takes the tied off poop bags and leaves them outside on his trash can until his bag from the kitchen is ready to go out. He takes that untied out to the trash can, puts all the poop in there, and then ties up the big white bag of like all of his kitchen trash because he doesn't want the trash men to have to interact even with the tied bags of poop. That has never occurred to me because I don't know about this gentleman, but where I live, the handling of the trash is all automated. The trash man is never, to my understanding, unless something goes wrong, actually interacting with the contents of my can.
Your guy doesn't.
Pulling up
The
the truck.
trash guy doesn't get paid to go through your fucking trash, man. And a mechanical arm picks it up and dumps it in the back of a truck. Then it goes to a dump where it gets dumped.
Is your recycle bin outside your house really a thing? Because I hear so many urban legends that it's just there for our peace of mind, but they all pretty much go to the same place.
Nothing gets fucking recycled in LA. It's already yeah.
Is that what you guys have heard?
I've
heard that.
I've heard that for sure, and I believe it because I know of places where it's supposed to be like a feature and like whatever of your higher tax bracket where you don't have a recycling bin because they do the sorting for you. And it's like, okay, well, if that's the case there, then you're just making it up with.
Well,
but then again, where I live, it's a different truck. I have three different.
I have
trucks.
a different truck.
I have three different trucks too.
So it's like, why would you have the different truck?
Right.
If it's like, if you're just trying to screw people over, how much money are you willing to spend to perpetrate this lie?
But to that end, apartment buildings, they do not separate anything. Everything goes in a fucking dumpster and it gets taken away by one truck and goes to the same place that three other trucks are dumping fucking shit.
You know, I have a solution to figure this out. So, Gary, I need you to buy 2 Apple AirTags. And I need you to put one inside of a piece of trash and one inside of a piece of something you're going to recycle. And then we just see if they end up in the same place or not.
That is pretty
Now,
interesting.
Chris, interesting.
That is a
you
pretty
bring
good
that up.
experiment.
I think that an Apple AirTag is a perfect idea for your go bag, and you just zip tie that thing to the kid's foot the second it comes out, so that you can't lose it. Because I've read stories.
What?
I've read horror stories.
Did I lose my bag?
Baby.
I would.
Your son.
Oh, was like, I don't want to lose my bag. That's a great idea. I got a lot of stuff in that bag.
The umbilical cord. You just, slyly behind the girl's back. You just zip tie it right to his foot. Don't do it too tight. You don't want to cut off.
Well, aren't they don't have sticky backs?
Air tags? No.
Oh, they should have sticky backs. How do those things not have sticky backs? Just some 3M on one side. Those things should be sticking to stuff.
Well, you shouldn't 3M your baby. That's reasonable.
Yeah, but I should zip tie my baby, Gary.
The baby's worth 4 M's.
Yeah. Oh, that baby is worth the extra. The extra M.
Definitely do the extra M's.
But yeah, let's do that. Gary, why don't you get those air tags and let's see what's going on with that. Dewey Smith says gum. No, it doesn't mix well with Copenhagen. Although Hubba Bubba
We did that last time.
Hubba Bubba bubble gum wrapped with Redmond leaf chew.
It's disgusting. We already went through this.
No, well, we talked about it.
It makes me want to throw up.
I didn't read that comment.
Can't do that.
You wouldn't do that?
No.
Is that a little flavor?
We talked about this because you can't swallow. You're not supposed to swallow dip juice.
You're not?
No, it makes you sick, dude.
This is the comment section where people comment about things from last week. We know we did this.
But this is the first time
this works.
This must have been the first time we've discussed this, right, Dawes?
No, somebody else. We discussed that comment.
Yeah.
About mixing Red Man with Bubblicious.
Oh, yeah.
We discussed this. So we already did this comment.
No, this is Red Man with Hubba Bubba Bubblegum, though. So I don't think we did this one. Yeah. This is the first time.
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Yeah. So Dewey Smith, so congratulations on this comment being read for the first time.
This is twice. Dewey Smith, we read this twice.
Dewey. It was nice to hear from you for the first time ever in life. Yeah. All right. And those are our comments, everybody. Thanks for writing in. Woo! All right, Matt.
Can I share my thing real quick? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to ask. Can you share your thing?
I will. So you guys have talked. We've done tint talk on this show several times.
And Matt was tantalized by it.
Yeah, I'm pretty tantalized by it. And I just wanted to share with you guys the latest example of it that I came across, which I think is a pretty incredible move.
So not only does Matt take pictures of the tables next to him, now he's gone and started taking pictures of cars next to him.
That's a pretty poor tint job.
I felt very uncomfortable taking this picture. But what this appears to me is somebody had their entire window tinted, because you can see the back windows tinted, but their front window, they must have been stopped by a police officer and told to remove it. And so they just cut a square out of it to be within legal limits. What's happening here, Gary?
I don't know.
This is a situation where the car came with the back windows tinted because that's legal. But what you can buy, if you'd like, is you can buy window cling that is tinted. So like the window cling things you put up at Christmas time, as a little gingerbread man or whatever. This is just a tinted piece of that you can, in theory, cut to the shape of your window, and it will never actually cling correctly. But what this person has done is just cut out a piece that's enough of the shape that it blocks their peripheral vision, which is all they care about.
Wow.
And they're putting it up, and it's looking terrible.
So there's a lot of bubbles.
By the way, just as illegal as real tint.
It looks so bad.
And now, do you think this is to block so people can't see inside, or to like the sun?
The sun, or they would have cut it bigger.
Yeah.
I will say, taking this picture, it was very difficult to tell if the driver was looking at me while I was
thinking the driver.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The driver
couldn't resist. Anyway, that I just wanted to share that with you guys for some tint talk. Just keep it going.
Scintillating.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, look, people love the tint talk, and I'm glad that Matt is finally on board.
I'm coming around.
Yeah, taking pictures of that bubbly tint that looks like
it's a little dark. I can't see especially when I'm wearing shades too, and I'm driving. I can't see the buttons on my stereo.
Yeah.
So I got to go in by memory.
You got to buy some memory.
Yeah, I got to go in by memory. I got to go, okay, preset 1 on the FM dial. I got to switch to FM. Boom. Then I got my classical.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I got to feel around to where the buttons are because I can't see them.
Yeah.
My tint's so good.
Tint's too good.
It's
like a blackout curtains inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dark in there.
It's too dark in there, man.
Yeah.
You probably,
I feel the darkness, though, It's especially great when you're listening to Rainbow in the Dark.
I believe in a thing called love.
Yeah, that too, the darkness.
Yeah, the darkness.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, Matt, since we got you here.
Yeah, what's up?
I heard word on the street is you had shades for days. Now, I don't want to put any pressure on you, because that's a lot of shays in that amount of time. So I can't wait to hear where this starts off. I don't know, because look, we are just fresh off the Dibs saga.
Yes.
Dibs.
Long live Dibs.
Matt's Facebook friend Dibs. And so why don't we hear what Matt has next? What he has in store next? I can't wait. Here we go.
Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, "Hey Matt,
What's on the menu?
Well, the reason there are shays for days is that it's springtime. So finally, out here in Austin, the weather is beautiful. And we're actually going out again. We've had a little puppy in our house who, previous to about a couple weeks ago, hadn't had all of her shots yet. But now she's old enough that we can start taking her places. So my wife and I have been just going so stir crazy over the last couple months. So we've just been going out a bunch now. So that's why I've got a bunch of different things to talk to you guys about. I'll start with a place called the Little Darlin', which is outdoor, indoor type place, which all the best South Austin places are. The main bar area has billiards tables, kind of like an old school place, definitely right up your alley, Dawson.
What is billiards versus pool? What's
I
the
don't think
difference?
they have billiards tables. They got
Billiards
pool
is big,
tables. They got
right?
pool tables.
I was just trying to sound fancy.
They got
You
the big
really
pool
did. You sounded a
tables.
little too fancy because
They have
billiards are
regulation
larger.
size pool tables.
Yeah.
Well, what they also
Billiards
have.
incorporates different games than pool does, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it to the fans to.
I think,
Billiard-
I think
billiard sounds
don't
like
have
a-
pockets.
Billiards have pockets.
No, I think billiards don't have pockets.
No, that's
I'm just
that's
saying, when you
backgammon.
play Clue,
That is backgammon. You're right.
billiards room.
You're right. I
Bill-
like Clue.
Billiards. I don't get Clue.
No, it's the maid did
Get a
it
Clue.
You
with
don't
the
get
rope
Clue?
in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's Dr. Mustard with the shovel and the
Right.
duct tape.
Right.
Dr.
Yeah.
Mustard. That's Colonel Mustard.
Dr. Mustard.
It's not I was thinking of Shaq. Sorry.
Dr. Mustard.
Dr. Mustard.
With the pool,
Right.
with the little darling.
Yeah.
Uh,
So the indoor bar area has, and I've seen a few places in Austin that do this. They have these giant tubes that are filled with fruits and alcohols, and they just soak in the alcohol so that you can get a cocktail. Like, for example, I got like an old fashioned, but the bourbon that I got was like peach blackberry bourbon. It had basically been distilled in those fruits, and it was freaking amazing. And they have, of course, custom cocktails, but you can just do what I did, which is take your favorite cocktail and throw something in it to make it a little bit different. The outdoor area, super dog friendly under big, beautiful trees. And we were just there on a Sunday afternoon. So it was a pretty standard brunch menu, but everybody was having a good time. I just got just a cheeseburger. And to be honest, it kind of gave me the vibe of being at like a friend's barbecue. Maybe the burger was like a little overcooked, got a little bit of that char on it, but it's just
Paper
nice
plate.
to be outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally the vibe. It was like a paper plate burger, which maybe not the best thing to be serving, but it just captured the mood for me.
Are you guys in on this smash burger craze?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I mean,
Because I freaking love them.
I didn't know
get
it was a craze.
Oh, it's a craze. It's a craze,
craze.
dude.
It's a craze.
It's a
over in the
craze.
streets.
Okay.
It took over for the Nashville hot chicken.
It did. It really did.
oh yeah.
It's the new. It started.
Where's the
I've
best
never
place to get a
had
smash
one.
burger?
You gotta. There's some
Chris,
pop ups.
I've never had one, but I don't understand
Kalen.
like why.
Why? Yeah, why?
Why smash it? What's
Explain.
the
What is
point?
it? What's going on?
Dylan,
Yeah.
how much time do you have on Saturday when you're going to come hang with me? Because I'll take you for a fucking fantastic
Okay.
smash burger.
All right. I'm down to go get some
Take a little
smash
extra
burgers.
time.
Also, there's
Alright.
a hang on Saturday.
Yeah, you're invited.
Little
Apparently, I just figured out we're going to go to Brewery X.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. A lot of breweries have like those pop ups of the smash burgers. But usually it's like on a Blackstone griddle.
Yeah, the flat tops.
The flat tops.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they put the
Now,
meat there.
Dawson, the reason you smash it is to get it as thin as possible. So what you're going to start with is a cylindrical ball that almost looks like one of those whiskey
Yeah,
ice
and
cubes
just
that they use at a fancy place.
Okay.
You're going to put it down. Now, what you're doing is not aggressive enough because that would be called a push burger. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to smash it with a flat piece of meat. Yeah.
Yeah.
You shall not pass. But you only get the one time. right?
Yeah.
And that flattens it out so that it's as thin as possible. Now, the only downside to a smash burger is if it's not done right, you could get a weird shape, and then you end up with a large portion of the burger sort of hanging out of the bun. Because I've found a lot of smash burger places are still going with the buns that are your standard size. And what you really need is like a 30% bigger bun.
Oh, I'm curious.
Haven't thought about
You
that.
like big
soft.
buns.
Are you
Don't
getting
lie.
cheated on the meat? Though?
No, because they usually do double patty.
Okay.
Now, hearing that the smash burger has become a craze, this just puts me on a slight tangent here because there's a restaurant that's been doing smash burgers since we were in high school. And I know for a fact because I was a waiter there. It's called Johnny Rockets. And I'll tell
Really?
you what, at that fancy fucking restaurant, you get the big ball of hamburger meat and they would smash it and grill it and it'd be hanging off the edge of the burger bun. And you know what? It was goddamn delicious. Go there, listen to some oldies music, and then go see a movie.
Fucking
would
miss
you,
Johnny Rockets?
Now, what would you recommend for a
What's the
dress
guy's
code?
name? Baradoom?
Cumberbun, optional.
What was the
As
guy's
always,
name?
choice?
Gentleman's choice. All right, let me wrap up my my shay here by saying that the Little Darlin', while we were there, we did not know this, but it just happened to be their 7-year anniversary. And by a fun coincidence, it's my wife and I's 7-year anniversary around the same time. And so on the Saturday that we were there, free T-shirts. They were doing the screen pressing
shirt.
right there.
Free shirts.
Furts. They were furts, man. They had 2 different patterns, and I was very happy to get one. Apparently, if we went on Sunday, they were giving out free tattoos, which is pretty awesome as well.
Temporary or
No,
like-
the real thing, man. They had like a dude there. That was what I understood.
Yeah, I've
was the
seen like
plan.
free tattoo stuff.
you know
It's-
what? Free is the when it comes to tattoos, free is not my lane.
Frat-too? You don't want one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dawson just got a
anyway-
frat too the other day,
What'd I get?
That's right.
or the other like a couple months ago.
What'd I get?
I remember.
You frat
got to
too.
touch up.
Oh, yeah.
You got to fretch up.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, Little Darlin', pretty great spot. Great place to bring your dog. And that's what's on the menu.
All right,
Or
little
you not wearing
darling.
your free shirt right now.
Yeah, I was wondering that
It's laundry
myself.
day. It's laundry day. I'm literally doing laundry right now.
What
I'm
you
sorry.
do?
Did you put it on that day? It's been 3 days since you got it.
No, it hasn't been 3 days. It's
I
been
thought
like
you said you went last
Hey,
week.
do you guys ever wear shirts out the store or like shoes? Like, oh, I'm gonna wear this out. Is that like a thing you do?
I've done it in the past.
You've done
Shoes,
it?
sure.
Shoes? Yeah, you wear.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
Cam-
I don't buy
shoes. I have, yeah.
buy shoes in the store anymore, but I used to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I buy hoodies just to buy them.
Hold
and
on,
then put them
Caleb.
on. But you know, if I'm gonna go get a smash burger, I want them when they smash it to go Bombada.
Yeah, they'll yell
They have
whatever
to
you
yell
want.
Bombada.
Yeah, that's part of the order.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to pick what the
As long
person
as they
cooking it
yell
wears.
Bombada.
I mean, yells when you have to pick
good.
what they yell as they smash your burger. Kaylin, you're gonna love a smash burger. I already know.
I'm excited.
This is gonna be your thing. You're gonna be like, oh, that's a.
Now, is there anything?
I know what kind of
stopping
burger
us-
it
Is it getting too hyped up though? Is that
No,
is
I'll
that the
hype it
problem?
up. I'll hype it up.
Okay.
Is there
Because the
anything
last time you
stopping us
hyped
from
up
making
chicken
our own
wings to me,
smash
you took it
burgers?
back about six months later.
Well, we'll see we'll see where I am in 6 months. But like smash burgers might be the best burger I ever had.
I think I'm going to the grocery store tonight.
In-N-Out?
Get
Better
some
than In-N-Out?
hamburger. I think I'm gonna
I-
make
you're
some
not-
You're not
smash
gonna put a
burgers.
smash burger over In-N-Out. No.
This is
no way.
interesting.
There's some
because
smash
I could
burgers I would
argue-
pick over In-N-Out.
I would
Oh,
argue
boy.
that I agree with Chris, but also I would argue that of any like established burger joint, In-N-Out is as close to a smash burger as anyone does it.
Bombada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Keanu,
I'm excited.
Brace yourself. This
All
is
right.
a good burger. All right. Well, why don't thank you, Matt, and I'm glad to hear that little darling treated you all like little darlings when you
I'll
ate
wear
there.
the shirt on a future episode. You'll know.
Okay. How about why don't you wear it in the next Patreon episode?
Patreon.
We're 10 minutes. It's still in the wash.
All right. Oh, yeah, we got to end the show soon. So why don't we go ahead and get to some flicking the bean?
We all want to know
One thing
your opinion's what we need.
we need
So Kaylin, get on that mic.
that mic and flick the bean. Okay, then flick the bean.
Respect all women.
All right. So today I am
Parappa the
doing
rapper.
a
Parappa the
documentary.
rapper.
Armageddon?
For sure.
Punch. It's
All in the mind.
Yeah, I'm doing a documentary today, but I have a feeling about halfway through it's going to slide into a little bit of a news nook.
Okay.
So just be prepared for that.
Oh, can we play the
The
outro?
documentary,
Does not have that.
the documentary is called. You could wait till about halfway through. You get it ready because it's coming soon. The news nook intro. It's called Moment of Contact. and you can stream it on Crackle. I actually rented it off
Crackle.
Yeah, I don't have Crackle, but so I was
No
like,
one has Crackle.
no one has Crackle, but
Crackle's not a thing anymore.
I actually, yeah, I have my friend's Crackle account. Yeah.
Oh my god.
well, I don't have Crackle. I actually paid to rent this movie.
You
but
paid Crackle?
I paid Microsoft. It came out last year. It's an hour and 48 minutes. There are no critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, but it has a 93% audience review on Rotten Tomatoes.
Did
It's
you hear
not
about
been
this on Joe
not
Rogan?
been seen by
Yeah.
a single
Why
person of any political
what
nature.
compelled you to watch this?
I was gonna get to this, but I listened to a guest on Joe Rogan recently that after I heard it, I didn't walk. I ran to go watch this movie. It is a it is a documentary that investigates the 1996 extraterrestrial incident.
You're listening to News Nook with Matt Fondelier.
I'm gonna throw it to the correspondent. Kaylin, take it away.
I know where this is going, so I could wait no longer. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Caleb.
Where's this
That's
going?
okay. That's okay. So, 1996 extraterrestrial incident that occurred in Varginha, Brazil. But that's a big town. I should've
Yeah.
I should have looked up the population.
It's a huge
Someone Google
tourist
the pop-
destination, Varginha. Jen and I plan on going.
Virginia, Brazil. I go there all the time.
Yeah.
Varginha.
Varginha
That's
is for
they say it's like
lovers.
the seventh best place to try and like.
Are you
work,
sure they
make a
didn't say
career in.
Virginia, Kalen?
I'm pretty sure they weren't in Virginia for the entirety of this documentary.
Okay.
So yeah. So
Population of 136,000.
okay.
Thank God you said 1,000. All right.
So this is where it turns into more of a news nook because I'm actually just going to talk about the incident itself. And you know, I guess the movie too, but it's just
So you're
fascinating.
just going to do a bunch
by
of
this.
spoilers on a documentary?
I am, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I heard this dude talk about it on Rogan and give all the spoilers ahead of time, and I was still like, okay, I got to go watch
Yeah,
this.
Kalen,
Wants
I
to
want
spread
you
the truth.
spread
It was
this truth
spoiled to
because
me
I
for,
want to.
like, okay.
I want you to convince me to run to Crackle and rent this myself.
So, and I'll just say ahead of time, I totally believe this happened. But then again, I want to believe. I'm a little biased. I love alien shit, so I'm a little biased when it comes to that. I'll
What do you think
admit that.
alien shit looks like?
Gotta
I
be
don't thi-
green.
I don't think they do shit, to be honest. I think they figured out a way to just not shit.
They're that far ahead of civilization. They
Yeah.
don't have to shit
Why
anymore.
are we wasting time wiping our asses?
That was the female aliens who figured that out. The dudes are like, no, it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
chill.
All right. Yeah. So in 1996, supposedly, I won't even say a UFO. It was a fucking alien spaceship crashed in a field in Varginha, Brazil. Not only that, but the two aliens that were on board had to get off, and one of them was walking around the town. Walking around the town. The other one apparently was captured by the fire department, kind of more in the woods.
Playing billiards.
Yeah. The one that was kind of seen within the town, it had made its way to this kind of empty plot of land within the city and was kind of, I guess, crouched down or whatever. There's these three girls walking. This is in the middle of the day, by the way. This is like 3 p.m. or something. Sun's out. There's like three girls. They're like 11 or 12, and they're walking through this plot of land on the way home. And they turn and look and see this fucking alien, like crouched down. And apparently, and they're like alive. They're interviewed in the movie.
The aliens are interviewed?
No, the girls. The girls
Oh.
that see the alien.
What did they say the alien looked like? Like
That makes
humans?
more sense.
Like they have limbs like us? Are they
I
tentacles?
don't know. I'm going to watch this now. I'm not sure how much of this I need to keep listening to. I'm already saying it's
Well,
fucking
Kalen heard
flickable.
about it, and then he.
A lot of the people who said that they saw this thing say it wasn't an animal and it wasn't human. Like that was kind of the general consensus for all the different people that supposedly saw this.
Yeah.
That's what the three girls said. They ended up, it scared the shit out of them. They ran home, got their mom. The mom came back and saw like the imprint of the hand of the alien.
Oh, so it has a hand.
It's a hand, I guess, but it's not a
be a
5-fingered hand.
paw.
It's a 3-fingered hand.
A
Yeah, it's a little paw.
three-fingered
Three-fingered
hand.
hand.
Okay.
A trend.
Yeah. So the alien wasn't there when they got back, but the story is the alien essentially ran in front of a cop car, and one of the cops got out, grabbed the thing, threw it in the trunk, and drove it to the hospital. That officer that grabbed the alien within like a day or two developed a horrible infection, one that they couldn't fix, and died.
Oh, from touching this creature.
This creature. And the sister of that cop is interviewed in the documentary. The other officer that was driving the car is like totally a now total recluse and threatened to shoot all the filmmakers and kill them when they approached his house.
So, do you have to watch it in Portuguese, or did you watch it in English subtitles, or English dub over?
Well, it's kind of both because the filmmaker and by the way, his name is James.
Films in English, parts of it are in Portuguese.
Right, he's doing all his thing in English. He has a translator next to him. His name's James Fox. If you want to hear him talk about it too, it's on a recent episode of Rogan. So they take this fucking alien to the hospital and like X-ray it. They interview the X-ray tech. And while all this is going on, like there's footage of the military coming into this town, shutting the whole town down. There's multiple witnesses not only saying that they saw this, they all of their experiences match up with one another. Like all the people that supposedly saw the aircraft all describe it the same exact way.
Galen, didn't they have to destroy the hospital that it was eventually taken to because there was some sort of a smell that was just
there you go. That's what I was gonna say. All of the people too describe this horrible smell. They say it smells like sulfur and ammonia, and like once you smell it, it does not leave your nostrils for like days. They had to like quarantine off the wing of the hospital for, I don't know if they destroyed the hospital, but they definitely had to like quarantine off that wing for like weeks because they couldn't get this smell out of there.
All right, score it.
Dude, I had a
I've heard
Dawson's running to Crackle. Are you running to Crackle?
I'm going to Crackle.
He's going to Crackle.
I'm going to Crackle tonight.
Go to Crackle.
Snap, crackle, pop, baby. You got me too. I want to see this.
I'm down.
Do you work for them? Do you work for Varginhas, Brazil?
Varginhas.
No, I work for the aliens, actually. Okay, score, flickable. I went 8.9 out of 10.
Ooh,
8.9 out of 10.
Lower than I thought.
I needed a little bit more
I kept it real.
video and photo evidence.
Yeah.
A little
you
bit
wanted
more
to
video
actually be there. You needed to see it for yourself.
Yeah, I needed a little bit more, a little more physical. Oh, there's the picture. And there is a video, and it does look like a fucking spaceship. But yeah, I needed more of that. But when it comes to the food that I have to compare this thing to,
spaceship. How many spaceships have you seen to be able to make that judgment, Kalen?
I mean, depending on how accurate all the different videos are on the UFO subreddit, maybe quite a lot. I don't know how many.
It's pretty accurate. Let me just let you know. It's pretty accurate.
It looks like a lot of the other ones. That's a real grainy video, whatever. All right, so I don't know what food you fucking compare to aliens. So the
I
best
know. Rotten eggs.
Yeah, well, okay. I can't do rotten eggs.
Yeah,
rotten eggs are
it
fucking
doesn't work.
disgusting.
Yeah,
and
But they smell like sulfur and ammonia, and they don't leave your nostrils.
But he didn't smell it through the movie, though. You know?
And I'll get to that point in just a second. So what I came up with was octopus. To me, that seemed most alien-like to eat. However, I don't think an octopus is 8.9 out of 10. So therefore, I can't say octopus. So after that, I went to calamari because I fucking love.
He really
calamari.
took the huge step from octopus to calamari.
It's squid. It's octopus. It's squid. It's fine. I love calamari. It's my go-to appetizer. And so calamari is like moment of contact. 8.9 out of 10.
Now, Ken, are you a tentacles guy or a ring guy?
Well, you just said 8.9 out of tentacles.
I would say I'm probably more of a tentacles guy.
You like? Oh,
but it's close. It's real close. I really, if I had to pick.
yeah. Do you think Gary eats calamari?
Fuck no, Gary doesn't eat calamari.
No
Gary?
way.
Well, it is fried. It doesn't have that fishy taste.
He's had it like once.
He's tried it.
Go-to appetizer.
Oh, no!
Oh,
Damn.
You're a ring guy, though, aren't you?
Shocking.
I am a ring guy, and do not bring me some shit that you're calling calamari that is not deep fried. I will send it back.
Because calamari isn't always deep fried. That's why I have to say, it's
it's
deep fried
not.
calamari.
Yeah.
You get grilled. You get
That's the problem is that if you
I
go to
should have
a nicer
specified.
place-
This is deep fried calamari. I'm scoring here.
correct. Yep. Go to appetizer.
Oh, damn. All right. Well, great job, kid. You look. I'm convinced.
I'm gonna
I
watch
didn't
it.
think
I'm
you
watching
convinced me.
Of contact.
I'm fine.
Watch it.
Moment of contact.
Tell me
Down.
what you think.
All right. Can't wait to see it. All right, and that will do it for this episode of Watercooler. Why don't we go around and get our plugs in, then we'll go stick around a little longer for Patreon. So I'll start over there with Das. Das, what's up with you?
Comedy show Friday night. There is still a few tickets left, I think, but the club owner told me it's going to sell out. If you want free tickets to see me
Yeah.
and Tom Arnold and Dean Del Rey and a bunch of other funny people, you can get them at the Comedy Chateau link and use code Mike D, one word, all caps, free tickets. This is pretty fucking amazing because they called me on Monday and they said, "Hey, we just booked Tom Arnold. Will you do a set?" And I'm like, "Wow, yeah,
for Tom
absolutely."
Arnold. Nice.
So I was
pretty sweet.
specifically asked to do this, which was, yeah. So come on out. It'll be fun.
Hell yeah,
Friday
dude.
night, Comedy Chateau.
All right, and follow Dawson on Twitter for tickets. All right, Caitlin, what's up with you?
Well, go join our Facebook page because it's a whole lot of fun. Even if you're not doing Facebook, I would say just sign up just to join our page because it's great. Also, if you like trashy, bad reality TV, the podcast I'm working on now, Bad TV, is super funny. Cover shows like Below Deck, which is how I initially started listening to it. Vanderpump Rules, Love is Blind. It's really good recap reality show. So Bad TV podcast.
Love it. All righty, Matt, what's up with you?
Well, you should check out our Patreon if you haven't already. That's patreon.com/watercooler. You'll be able to hear the rest of our recording tonight, which should be a ton of fun. We also did a recent movie night. I chose a film called
Bombada!
Conan the Destroyer.
So good.
Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. And
Yeah,
let's just say it destroyed all of us.
So
Yeah,
good.
just
I would
leave it at that.
encourage everyone to listen along and see if you can identify Wilt Chamberlain before we do.
And I also write disturbing true crime stories for a show called Sword and Scale. Check out Sword and Scale Nightmares. I got 3 episodes that are currently out. One's called The Final House. One's called The Hole. One's called Second Grave. And I've got 3 more episodes already written and ready to go and
Okay.
more on the way, baby.
Any water cooler references in any of these stories?
It's tough.
Come on,
It's tough.
dude.
I'm
It's not
trying,
that
man.
tough. It's not that
I'm talking
tough.
about some really fucked up stuff. It's really weird to be like, what's on the menu? Like, I don't think that's going to work.
Well, why don't you use some of the shovel talk from early in this episode?
Should. You know what?
We've been talking duct tape. We've been talking murder weapons.
You're right.
Shut the fuck up, Matt. It's not that hard. You're just not. You don't want it enough. I don't.
You know-
frankly,
I feel like you can throw a pretty all
I'm
right
just
in there
saying-
somewhere.
Yeah, you really can't. Look, you've been plugging this
ways you
show on.
dispose of that
You've been
body
plugging that
is
Sword and
pretty
Scale
Pretty all right.
show on Water Cooler for so many times, and it's not even now. We're off balance.
I'll try to fit it in. It's just these stories they're really personal. Like they're real things that happen to real people. So
Oh, speaking of that, I got a sort of pitch for you. Real thing that happened to real people in Argentina, Brazil. There is
Virginia.
Argentina.
there's a
I could just picture
crazy
this guest
story.
drunk on Joe Rogan the whole time talking about Virginia.
actually, the Rogan thing's a funny thing because one other guest was telling him about this thing, and Rogan was clearly skeptical, and then he went and watched the movie and immediately called the guy on. And like, I totally believe.
Well, yeah,
Aliens
but
exist, people.
see what
Fucking walking around.
See what Mr. Bidet says about that, Matt. And then as for me, please check out Crackle because I guess they have some incredible content,
Crackle.
and that I will be surely checking out myself. And once again, Patreon. We're gonna on their Patreon. If you subscribe, you get the whole archive of shows. And the next episode, we're going to get a quarter update from Kaylin, another Flickin', another
I got a new
Shay.
segment. I'm debuting a new segment.
Matt's debuting a new Seggy. Look, we got a lot of stuff going on, so check us out on Patreon, and we will see you there. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for sharing a friend. We love you. Goodbye. Woo, 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 woo.
plug for me, huh? I don't really care. I just want
Gary,
to laugh from Caleb.
it's still going. It's still going. It's still going. It's still going. You gotta leave. You gotta throw a plug. I'm so sorry. You were silent the whole time. You're not gonna.
I was wondering why
He's
you're
ready for the next show.
I'm so sorry. Well, look, everyone's still listening, so why don't you go ahead and leave your plug in?
Subscribe to Reasonable Doubt. Thanks. Patreon. Patreon.com/watercooler.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry.